For the third time in 3 years, I returned to Whitetail Paradise Properties in northern Missouri in search of that trophy buck. Alright, October 29th, first evening hunt. Last night we were riding around and just saw a bunch of bucks. We saw one mature buck, but some other younger ones chasing does, so they're starting to chase a little bit of pre-rut activity. This evening's hunt, I'm sitting over, there's a little water pond here, clover, and also there's actually a scrape sitting in this field with a trail camera on that. I'll check that in a second. Hopefully we'll have some pictures on that, but there has been some nice bucks moving through this. There's also an older buck. He's about 8-9 years old. He hardly has any tines. He's just so old. But if I see him, I'm going to hold off right now. He practically roams this whole property, and we'll put him on the hit list later in the week as we get down to the end, just to kind of call him out of the herd if the opportunity exists later in the week and we don't have anything tagged at that point. So let's see how this evening's hunt goes. And finally, the yearling responded to her mother's grunts. All right, October 30th, set up in the same spot I was last night. Saw 4 bucks, as I showed you earlier. I think that big one was cruising. He went by, but never came to the scrape that's up here or the clover. Hoping tonight he does that, but we got the right wind. This wind, I need a north wind pretty much, and that's not going to last forever. So let's hope he's still running around the same area and willing to come in tonight. After a change of location, I did a rattling sequence only to bring in this small 4-point. Then some turkeys entered the food plot and decided to try and fill my fall turkey tag, but at 54 yards, just couldn't make a clean shot on them. Well, it's October 31st. Bob shot his 9-point last night in the next food plot just to the east of here where I'm at tonight. The deer was coming in there. We thought the 9-point he shot was the one that we'd seen on trail camera. Turns out it was a different 9-point. They're both about the same age, could be twins, running around in the same general area. I didn't want to go back to that food plot right off. I actually wanted to go a little bit further north of here to another stand, but we had the wind changed to the west, from out of the west. It was blowing from the north, now out of the west. I changed up plans, came to a different food plot in the same general area, hoping that they're hitting this one tonight, and we'll see what happens. Happy Halloween. After these does moved out of my eyesight to the south, I could hear a buck grunting. The following evening, I was greeted by some raccoons at first in the tree stand, and with my decoy, wanted to see if we could get some action going. Just as daylight broke the following morning, I had a doe and her yearling come under my stand. Shortly thereafter, followed by a nice-looking buck. Whew, all right. It's just the daylight had a doe come up and her yearling, and nice 8-point come walking up right around and got the shot. I don't know if I got it on camera or not, but it's November 2nd, early morning. We were getting down to the end. It's actually youth hunting rifle season here in Missouri, so we had to go with the orange, but he stumbled as he went out across the cornfield. I think we're going to have a good blood trail. It looked like that it buried from the chest into the far shoulder. So hopefully he's going to be down. We'll let him lay a while and go tracking him. Hopefully we're headed back to PA here soon. Great morning. So that was the tree stand I was up in, and unfortunately it looks like I didn't get the kill shot. You can see that branch out in front, so I was kind of limited with my field of view, and wasn't sure if he was going to go into the corn behind the doe. So I went ahead and took the shot. I had a good clean shot. I think it went through and hit the far shoulder. I still haven't found any blood, but it may, because it was such a hard downward angle, take some time for that to pull up in the chest. But I have a good general direction of where he went. He went out across this cornfield. Shot was somewhere down in here. So here we go. I just picked up some blood here right on the corn stalks. Always a good sign. All right, well, I just found my bolt is broke off right there. So it looks like we got pretty good penetration through it, and he's running straight down towards those woods. Whew. So I just crossed the trail, followed his blood track, and I'm seeing some antlers down here. Looks like we have a deer down. And he is looking phenomenal. Oh yeah. Look at that rack. He's got some good mass. I'm liking it. He broke off the one. This is the big 8 that we were talking about. He had about a week ago. He had that other brow tine, and now it's gone. But nice deer, one we were after. Very nice deer. Yeah, he actually crossed right through the front of the chest, hit him on the other side. That's the exit hole. I thought I'd hit that shoulder, but oh yeah, very happy with that. So there goes my deer, 7-point. He just lost that tine about a week ago. We have trail camera pictures on him. They actually called him lucky because 2 other guys had shot at him and missed him. But he's a 3-year-old deer. And then this morning also, they brought in another deer. This guy here, non-typical, he's a 5-year-old. And when you look at the size comparison of them two, is just, that's a difference between a 3 and a 5-year-old. Now look at the gnarly stuff on this rack. He's got split G2s and split brow tines, all kind of nice junk going on there. Not as wide, but seriously bigger deer body-wise.